Breaking news that Nike CEO John Donahoe is out. He will be replaced by Elliott Hill. Hill also will become a director of the Nike board of directors and a member of the executive committee. Now, Elliott Hill had been with Nike previously, I believe, so he is what we like to refer to informally as a boomerang here. Donahoe had been having some issues at Nike in recent years. There had been some sort of back and forth about Nike's relationship with the wholesale channels versus its direct-to-consumer business. As of late, there had been more concerns over Nike's pace of innovation and that its sort of very dominant role in the sneaker space had been flagging to some degree. So that is sort of the backdrop here for this now management change that we are hearing about today, with the stock down 25% year to date. That's what's going on.
Yeah, I mean, we've talked to any number of analysts on the show, Julie, who've talked about this name. It is deep in the red this year. It's in the red over the last 12 months. I'm just looking, so and we've heard comments about critiques of management, critiques of innovation, but clearly a big shakeup here in the C-suite.
And to talk more about this, it just so happens that our executive editor, Brian Sozzi, is still in the office. He has covered Nike pretty extensively.
Yeah. Okay, well, here we go.
Did we just grab you on here? Have you had a chance to look through
I ran
stuff?
over here in my white Boss sneakers, which I think is very telling. And in the green room, I have a couple pair of On sneakers. On running.
But I'm sure you have Nikes as well.
But this speaks to, I really have gotten rid of a lot of them because I think that speaks to part of the reason why John Donahoe will go down as probably the worst CEO in Nike's history. I mean, there hasn't been many of them. You had Phil Knight, Mark Parker driving the company for many, many years, and I don't think it's any small coincidence that Mark Parker is the main man listed at the top of this press release detailing Nike here. Bottom line is Donahoe ruined a lot of relationships with the like of Foot Locker and many other companies. He has overseen Nike during a time when On Running and a lot of upstarts in the trading space have gobbled up market share from the company. He's continued to dump a lot of old school Nike sneakers on the marketplace that nobody cares about anymore or not caring about them to the extent that they used to. And what do you get? Over the past 5 years, according to Yahoo Finance data, stock's down 8%. Not surprised to see Nike shares up 8% here. Overall, the takeaway is this. Nike is going back to the well, to someone that has the deep relationships, the deep partnerships, respects the history of Nike. That's what you're getting here in the new incoming CEO of Nike, and I think that's why they did this. And we saw this essentially all the writing on the wall. The stock is under pressure. You have Phil Knight and his son on the board. They're losing massive wealth. What has happened to Nike is absolutely embarrassing. It has been time for change. You've seen a lot of media folks, a lot of our competitors really get on John Donahoe in the past month. I think the FT just dropped a story a week and a half ago. I'm not surprised at all.
What are the new levers, though, that the new CEO then, Sozzi, has to pull here?
Make better stuff. And I think if you talk to a lot of
So it's innovation.
It's innovation.
Yeah.
Bring back quality to what Nike is making. I think they've over-diversified their supply chain and the quality of the products are just not where they used to be. But where they don't have an answer for is the rise in some of these upstart brands. We followed On Running, the co-founders there. Hoka. You followed Hoka and have been on the Hoka story from day one over Deckers. Massive market share in running. On massive market share in running. It's unclear how Nike gets that customer back. For whatever reason, consumers have gravitated to sneakers that maybe they're more comfortable.
Well,
maybe they look better.
And guess what? It's not just Hoka and On. If you walk around New York City, every 20-something woman in this city is wearing Sambas.
Yes.
Adidas shoes.
Yes.
They are not wearing, maybe some of them are wearing the Hokas and the Ons, but you see so many, you still see a lot of Air Force Ones. Okay, fine. But increasingly that is, so it also has to do with fashion, of course. But it also, Nike sort of flooded the zone. A lot of different SKUs that it had rolled out.
I'll say too, when Donahoe was appointed, of course, he was the longtime on the board of PayPal too, longtime executive, former eBay CEO. But it was always strange to see a tech-focused executive leading a company that thrives and whose top and bottom lines are driven by product and excitement. It's not driven by the Nike app. Who gives a damn? Get them the best sneakers to market, upsell customers to higher priced offerings, and improve your margins. That's always been the story of Nike.
By the way, Elliott Hill had retired from Nike as president of consumer and marketplace.
And that also shows you a succession problem too, that you're dipping back into someone who's been retired at the company for about a year. I think you could realistically, he'll come in here, reset the company, get the foundation right, and maybe under 2 years hand off to the next generation of leadership at Nike.
You know, by a complete stroke of luck, whenever we have just enormous retail news, Sozzi is in the newsroom.
It's been a strange week. I also remember when Under Armour CEO got pushed out
Yes.
too. I don't know. I'm just like working on zero sleep after.
You're the guy to go to.
So I got to get out of here.
Sozzi, thank you. Perfect timing.